guys, it's Phoebe from Who's Phoebe and welcome back to another 25 days of Phoebe, and this is day number 6. So today I am doing a companion files on Polly Wright, Jackson nay White, but I haven't done her yet and I figured I'd take this opportunity to do her now. Main aliases. So if you enjoy, make sure if you've never seen my face on your screens before, click that big red subscribe button down below and also click the notifications bell so you can have notifications every single time I upload. And to make these videos more festive, hell yes, I'm going to be wearing antlers. The TARDIS tried to put them on me the other day, so I thought I'd listen to her for once. Main aliases: Paul, species human, job secretary, model, personal assistant, music manager, afflicted with the Gen C family Smith, place of origin London or Devon, grandparents, grandfather, grandmother, mother Bettingham Smith, father Edward White, older brothers 2, younger brothers Mars White, children Mikey, spouses Simon, husband Ben Jackson. Okay. And hell yes, I'm wearing deer antlers. It's Christmas, why not? Polly Jackson, née White, was a companion of the first and second Doctors. She was one of the very first people to witness the Doctor regenerating, but she was initially unsure in believing that the Doctor was still the same man. She travelled in the TARDIS with Ben Jackson, who she later married, and Jamie McCrimmon. She also became acquaintances with Jodo Chaplet before she left the Doctor's company.
The thing that's different about a Volvo holiday home, you always have the whole place to yourself. Just
Polly was born in Devon or London in 1942. She was the second child of Dr. Edward Wright and his wife and had 4 brothers, the youngest of whom was Miles. The family lived in a big old house in the country, or in Hampshire or in Devon. They had a golden retriever named Bella. Dr. White told Polly stories of her uncle Rudolph, who died after being imprisoned in a Nazi prison war camp in 1944. I hate to say that, but it's true. Me and the Doctor have actually gone personally and seen them. In 1948, when she was 6, Polly was separated from her mother on a shopping trip to Fornham and Mason. In the same year, Polly saw baked beans for the first time on a visit to Hendrix. During the same trip, she lost her teddy bear, and later that day, she briefly met the second Doctor, Ben Jackson, and her future self, although she remained ignorant as to her identities. When she was 7 years old, she was given a vaccine for polio by the school doctor, who lied and told her that it would not hurt. She screamed. I don't think lying is the best way to deal with something like that. Just tell them straight up that this is going to hurt a little. That way then you know it's expected. In 1952, when she was 10, she attended a fair with her Uncle Charles and had her fortune told by gypsies who warned her of a tall, dark stranger. She also visited the Tower of London when she was a child, but otherwise only saw it through train windows. As a girl, she went on school trips to British museums and slept through Latin, later going to finish school when she studied French. She was proud when the United Kingdom effectively abolished the death penalty. Yeah, I still disagree with that to this day. In young adulthood, Polly reflected on her parents and said that she had always taken them for granted while she was away from home enjoying herself, but they were always there for her when she needed them. In 1963, she made it her New Year's resolution to work in a charity shop for cancer research in Notting Hill. However, she left after only a week. pleasing her mother and instead choosing to donate some of her expensive clothes which were in fashion the previous year. In the mid-60s, Polly was living in Chelsea. She had a budding cancer as a model before leaving the industry. Feeling that she was a bit exploited, she had a relationship with Roger, who later broke up with her as he did not love her the way she loved him, quickly entering a new relationship with Lucy Miller. Polly, tired of being exploited, accepted an offer for Charles to work at Post Office Tower, part of her later regret leaving the modelling industry for such a modest alternative. Polly began working as Professor Brett's personal assistant and was unhappy that Woden typing was faster and more accurate than hers. She had an active social life and enjoyed her time off work, which is obviously when she meets Dodo and the doctor passes Dodo off as his assistant. I'm slightly annoyed about that because they're companions. I suppose in some sense they're assistants, but kind of wish the doctor would say, kind of wish the first doctor said, "This is my friend Dodo." Joining the doctor. On the 12th of July 1966, Polly took Dodo Chaplet to one of her favourite haunts, the Inferno nightclub, where she met Ben Jackson, who later saved Polly from a drunken Peyton. They were later joined by the first doctor, who accepted to find Dodo. Dodo later arrived at the club, but was now under the control of Woden. Polly's mind felt under Woden's control. She was sent to work at the warehouse when she was assigned to watch over Ben, who had been captured. However, Polly's mind resisted Woden's control long enough for Ben to escape. For punishment, Mayor Green sent her to Brett's office, where she assisted Brett and Kimpton with running Woden. Ben later freed her just as Woden was destroyed by one of its own war machines. When Ben and she found the doctor beside an old police box, Polly told Dodo would be staying in England. Milford, the doctor, bid the couple adieu as they walked away. Polly turned to see the doctor had used a key to enter the police box, reminding that Ben had found a key that had earlier fallen out from the doctor's cloak. She dragged Ben back to the police box to see if it would fit. They ended up inside the ship just as it took off. In his investigation reports of the series of agents, Pritchard, known as the Doctor, who had been involved in numerous unusual incidents, the journalist James Stephens discovered evidence of Polly's involvement in the C-Day financial. Yeah. There's not a lot to go on there, to be honest. The TARDIS data files are always a bit iffy with companions because we never know enough detail, and if we do, it's iffy here and there. Travels with the first Doctor. The Doctor first took Polly and Ben to 17th century Cornwall, where they ran into smugglers. The Doctor, Ben and Polly landed on Earth, where they all dressed up for snow, not rain. She chastised some boys for trying to frighten an alliance with the Doctor. They heard from the local librarian that the local gangs were worse this year. After one of the local gangs invaded the local library and left a set of guys in the reading room, she went to inspect that everything was locked to stop them coming in again. The guys later attacked her. The Doctor asked her to do some research on a bonfire gang. She was later attacked by the cloaked creature, with the latest discovery to a machine. She went to the town hall with her friends to confront what was causing the mischief. I'm not going to read all of that because if I do I'll be here all day because there's a lot on Polly here. But I will do the Jamie joins bit now. Polly was confident and not afraid to use her feminist wiles to enlist the help of Redcoat Urban Fit whilst the travellers were in Scotland Highlands. Polly also encouraged Christy McClellan to ensure Andon into the pit, where she took his money, identified disc and lock of his hair. She struck up a relationship with Finch and teased him whether they'd met, calling him Algie. She realised that he admired her and gave him a kiss goodbye. Polly asked for young Jacoby Piper, Jamie McCribbin, to come with them in the TARDIS, as she feared for his safety. She and Ben came to see Jamie as a younger brother. Which is funny because when Victoria joins, Victoria sees Jamie as an older brother, which I think is a nice relationship to have. Leaving the Doctor. Although Polly enjoyed her travels, she couldn't hide her desire to return home. After an adventure with an alien chameleons in 1966, the travellers found the TARDIS had returned to London just before they had departed with Ben. Polly left the TARDIS and returned to her life, appearing never to have been missing. Edward Waterfield, forced by the Daleks to track down the Doctor, originally targeted Polly as part of the plan. He had a photograph of her to identify her. However, when his agent informed him that Polly, as well as Ben, had left the Doctor's company, Waterfield decided not to involve them further. Marriages and careers. Polly was a glam girl during the 60s, queen of disco. In the 70s, gave up smoking. In the 80s, she married Simon, and by December 1988 was pregnant with his child. During her pregnancy, she and Simon wanted the ashes and realised she was unhappy with her life. She gave birth to her son Mikey on New Year's Eve 1986. Polly met with Ben in a hotel room, something that she kept secret from Simon, and reminisced about snow caps and their time with the Doctor. They almost kissed, but after distraction, Polly decided to leave. Following Simon's death, Polly had difficult relationships with Mikey, who refused to speak to her for 3 months after he walked in on her with a sailor. But she met whilst drinking in Solo in 1992. She was hired as John McElbee's personal assistant at Gent and became associated with being given the company of his wife. After Polly found him dead on top of the 19th floor in 1966, she became a public figure, resuming smoking and struggling with bulimia, something that was well publicised. She also had belief marriage with the gay one, or the buzzer. But it's nice to know that she went on and married Ben. It's a shame they didn't have any kids of their own, but and then there's one thing where she would have got her picture taken to go in the Black Archives. There we go. There's everything on Polly Wright. There's more, so just search up Polly Wright, you'll find it, but I don't really want to do like a massive reading thing. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up if you did, and make sure you click that big red subscribe button down below, and also click the notifications bell so you get notifications every time I upload a new video. I will see you guys tomorrow for day 7 of 25 days of Phoebe. I'm actually really enjoying these. And remember, I'm doing Vlogmas as well, like sort of like TARDIS diaries, but in like Vlogmas instead of my TikTok for a change. So yeah, I will give you a TARDIS diary on my TikTok later this week, I promise. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for another video. Bye.